All right, welcome back. Let's get into the front pages of our daily newspapers. And this morning, starting off with, I think it's the business day as always. Usually, yes,
there
indeed. Business day up first. So let's have a look at what they're leading with. Sasol AGM missed opportunity. That's the big story that they are leading with this morning. And major shareholders were poised to turn up the heat over climate goals. Just a little bit of info on that. Institutional investors who voiced opposition to Sasol's 2023 climate change report in the run-up to the group's AGM on Friday had to leave before they could vote when the meeting was shut down by the very people whose agenda might have been served by letting things proceed as intended. So details of that story on the front page of the newspaper, and also the picture is there, just pretty much so explaining what had happened there. Just a senior program manager at the African Climate Foundation leads protesters at the Sasol AGM on Friday. The other story, truckers urge rapid change at Transnet. So they're saying that the Road Freight Association has called on Transnet to hand over the running of the country's rail and port networks to the private sector, saying the state transport companies plan to stop the Richards Bay Transnet port terminals from receiving cargo brought in via road is killing the country. Give the ports to the private sector. That is the front page of the business day.
Let's move on to the Star now. They leading with gay dating site, a hunting ground for kidnappers. And this is, of course, a Grindr, which is a location-based social networking and online dating application. And it's targeted towards gay, bisexual and transgender people. And they say that they've now taken the recent spate of kidnappings of their subscribers and other safety issues seriously. So violent snatchings have now prompted the platform to tighten its security and safety alerts, and this following the kidnapping of a few of their online members, and there were ransom demands of 50,000 rand in one instance, 30,000 rand in another instance, but there have been arrests that have been made, but this of course a great concern. Also, where your vehicle is most likely to get hijacked in South Africa. The top two places are Harare and Nyanga in Cape Town, and then Protea Station in Gauteng. They've also recorded the third highest. So that's where your vehicle's most likely to get hijacked. And also prisoners mulling a hunger strike. And this is about that SCA appeal, the Supreme Court of Appeal, that heard arguments about computer rights. But the department saying they are not aware of any impending hunger strike.
All right, next one is the Citizen. So moving on to the Citizen, they're saying why you need to vote. That's the big headline that they're running with. Remember, it was registration weekend, so everybody there, more than 1 million newly registered voters this weekend during the IEC's drive to ramp up the voters' roll for next year's elections. The SA Council of Churches has joined several voices in calling for people to be involved, as a vote is a declaration of a belief in a better South Africa. All right, then also the cyclists out and about over the weekend here in Gauteng. A cyclist didn't think twice about interrupting the Virgin Active 94.7 ride yesterday. So that was the big one, 94.7. And that's the front page of the newspaper. I know we've got to get to the Sowetan.
Yeah, finally Sowetan. Will sandwich rapper nail aunt? Insurance murders. This is Nomia Rosemary in Ndlovu 2.0.
Sure.
Now, victim's dad apparently capped the plastic bag in which the sandwich was that the alleged victim actually ate from. So the police are looking at that, and the woman probed for killing relatives, including her kids and niece, at whose funeral she spoke. So that's a big story. And also, dance players aren't our magic wand, according to Hugo Bruce, and how to beat year-end fatigue. I'm sure most of us going through that at the moment.
Oh, yes.
All right. Those are the front pages of the newspapers this morning.
All right, let's quickly get onto the SABC site now as well. Remember, sabcnews.com. All of your stories are there. Everything local and international. Interviews, podcasts, the works. That's where you can keep updated. Let's get into our news now. 7 o'clock here on Morning Live. SK's got our details.